before you it's like a preparation. It takes a lot of time, more than the actual the presentation, preparation. Then you can imagine how much preparation required for us to enter the world through our parents. It's not just 9 months what we see, carrying our mothers. Behind that, maybe 9 years or maybe 9 centuries, we don't know how cosmos works. We have to prepare a lot to experience enlightenment, to experience self-realization. We have to prepare so much before we attend an exam, an interview, so much behind it. And the actual event is always short and terse. The final moments of performance or presentation or being there. But we have to set only one major goal in life. We want to do so, although we want to do so many things, so many desires, wishes and ambitions and goals and objectives. But how much time do we have in a day? Actual time. But ambitions are very big. But actual time and time to prepare behind. And how do you work? How do you manage time? People ask me, Yogi Arka, Srinivas Arka, you travel so much. How do you manage not only traveling, also meeting people and being in many engagements and finding time for myself? How do you manage time? First of all, we should contemplate within before we ask this question to anyone. Managing our mind is most vital than managing time. Managing our consciousness, managing our emotions, managing our thoughts too. Only then we will be able to manage time and understanding the concept of time, how time works. Universal time, galactic time, cosmological time, biological time, psychological time individually. There are so many layers of time. It depends how much you become relaxed first before you undertake a task. Dilation of time within your consciousness. That's the foundation. Then you have to feel, I have abundant time. Nothing to panic, no stress, no pressure. It can be handled. I can be there, I can perform the task, I can reach there, I can achieve this. That understanding will come to you with confidence only when we have realized the concept of time and the dilation of time, relaxation, deep relaxation. In 5 minutes, you can feel there is 50 minutes. So you are relaxed. Oh, plenty of time, I can do it. Then your focus becomes doubled and presence of mind can be felt. And you will have a overall conscious awareness of your presence, your work, the process involved, and you will be able to handle so effectively. So, the concept of time must be very well understood, can be understood well, deeply, only when we understand about space. They are interwoven deeply, space and time. Energy comes later. Time and space. Space accommodates everything. But for accommodation alone is not enough. Motion is important. What goes on, operation, function, movement of bodies in space, purposefully, precisely as well, like as planets move around, orbit, with utmost precision. No mistake can be welcomed in nature. Has to be proper, precise. Where do we get that precision? Even beginning from our body to bacteria, microbes, to even the natural forces working together, and also the laws of physics. Everything is just well coordinated, well organized. So we are trying to understand time, what is time, and the time cannot be dealt with on its own without understanding space. These two cannot be completely comprehended without understanding our consciousness, our mind, emotions, hearts and thoughts and so forth. Understanding is one part. That alone is not enough. Also, because world is not there only to understand. You understand, but what is next? Understanding is only preparation. Then experience. It sounds like these elements we spoke about are abstract matters. But we know intuitively these things exist, not intellectually, because you cannot explain precisely or to the satisfaction of all scientists and rationalists and atheists. You cannot explain time, consciousness, space, energy, all those aspects. Still, research is on. Endless debates, arguments classically happening in the field of philosophy, mind-body problem. Not focused on solving because it cannot be solved, can be understood. There are certain things that they exist like that. We are not here to fix such natural problems. We are here to fix artificial problems mostly created by ourselves. Natural world has no problem, and natural forces exist on their own with such perfect coordination and harmony that cannot happen without intelligence, without a mind. Maybe mind of nature, or maybe you may call it cosmic mind or the universal mind. There has to be some conscious activity, conscious awareness. Something is bringing each force together at the right time, in the right proportion, and making things move with certain destination, certain objective. How seasons change, how our body makes a shift. So this is something really to be thought of, to be taken deeply, and opening ourselves to experience, not only understanding. Understanding is only the beginning part. We think everything is only to understand. Yes, but objectively you can try understanding that why we cannot understand everything. That's part of the clear understanding. We cannot. Then why certain things cannot be understood? In nature there are so many issues or matters, we are not able to deal with them because they remain like a mystery. Is light a particle or a wave? Still we haven't come to any conclusion. Is mind is important or body important? We don't know yet at the moment. So it is, second part is to experience. Experiencing these elements we talked about individually. Time, mind, consciousness and energy. If we can understand our consciousness, the way we are identifying ourselves with, that needs to be understood, and to a small degree, because you cannot understand more, but you are allowed to experience more. Your presence. Understanding in other minds, how other minds think, work, how other minds reflect upon you. That can only be studied, researched and understood, cannot be experienced. But while we are within our bodies, we have to go with only experience, mainly. Experiencing. When you hold your fist, one experience. When you become consciously aware, another experience. When you feel, oh my God, I am the fist, this is my representation, that's another experience. So it changes. You can shift to different levels, your consciousness, and notify effects structurally, physical presence, your mental presence, your emotional presence, your deeper presence. The whole process of experiencing more consciously, more openly, and with full involvement is called spiritual education or spiritual sadhana in Sanskrit term. You work with yourself first. Yes. Where do you go on earth and ask about yourself to another person? What do you think about me? How deep am I? Can you tell me? Can anyone say? They can. With their own empirical studies or science, they can try to work out a few things, but not to your satisfaction, because you're the one who can voice out your opinion, your view, your perception, because you are there as a master in your body. But why you are the master of your body, living body, because you know somewhere, not intellectually. You cannot lay hand into this topic intellectually. It will take you away from the real objective. So, you know intuitively Again, not intellectually, intuitively contrasted with intelligence. Intuitively, you know that you are not the body. Your body can be the part of your existence, but you are not completely the body. You are different than the body. That's where we use phrases like my hand, my head, my body. Even and then you go on separating yourself. I am not the body, my shoulders or different organs. You separate them. This is not, I have got it, but that's not me completely, but I am attached to it. My representation, my body, I am different than the body. And you know, when you experience it, that is true, my God. Like when you disable your body intentionally, willfully, and lying on the floor, totally like you disable, you totally give up upon your body, in the sense not participating in any activity in the body. You leave the body to work the way it works naturally without our involvement. Then you know you are different than your own body. Because body is still functioning, you are not involved, you are an observer now. How can you play a dual role, being an observer or at the same time being a participant? You cannot, either one. So you are an observer. Then you know you are distinct from your own body. Then you would know how body is still with you, and you are working with the body, through the body, you are in the body, but you are superior to your own body and your own mind even. Whenever we use phrases like this, my mind is not working properly, my mind is not cooperating with me, my mind, where does it come from, this phrase, my, mine, my, I am? Is it the physical representation I am, you say, or the mental representation, or soulful representation? What it is, you only know, nobody knows when you say I am. Descartes, his name is René Descartes, a famous French philosopher and mathematician, said he went on doubting everything. He became totally involved in doubting. He made it the doubting act as his profession. Simply doubt. Let's see how far I can go with my doubt. He became fully involved with the doubt. He himself became the embodiment of doubt, to the extent of doubting anything, either a car, either a tree, either other people here, doubt. And he went on doubting himself. Do I exist? He doubted. Do I exist? In what form do I exist? Is it an illusion or what? Finally, he was enlightened, philosophically enlightened. Anything you undertake, if you are sincere and serious, it will take you to a certain destination. A destination is not just the destination, like a vehicle going there, but a destination which will be served as reward for your commitment, dedication, and persuasion. Anything at all. Then he said, hold on a minute. I am thinking. So therefore, I am cogito ergo sum, he says in his language. So that thinking part definitely is separate from doubt itself. So anyway, where are we coming from? Coming to the point. Or we are more than our body, we are more than our mind, more than we think. Even thinking itself is not completely our own being. Thinking, we think we are the thinkers. But in essence, even because without your own knowledge, you get so many thoughts in the sky of your mind, in the sky of your skull, in the head, so many multiple thoughts, like clouds pass in your head. You are not even involved. You are not even, in any way, you can take ownership of those thoughts. But they just emerged. Where do they come from? Are they coming from outside? Or are they emerging within you and then flash in your head? Where do they come from? Maybe positive thoughts, negative thoughts, interpreted later on. But thoughts come, manifest varieties of thoughts. So, only when you become involved voluntarily, emotionally, in all seriousness, I want to get involved, and now let me join a particular thought. Then you join in, that you can connect and you can establish relationship and develop the thought. Develop the thought. Creates momentum, but you have to pursue. Easy to slip away again, but you have to stay with the thought. Go. It will take you to a good destination. You have to pursue. Persuasion. Consistency is the mother of success. Shall we say? Consistency, the mother of success. Where is evidence? It sounds good. Consistency, the mother of success. Okay, let me be consistent with whatever I am going to do now. Where is evidence? You observe yourself. Whenever you are consistent, even for about 10 minutes, you achieve something there. Maybe reading, maybe exercising, running, walking, anything. Consistent. You are with it. We are in it. So, whenever we join in with something, internally that becomes manifested like light. Once what happened, I was, years ago, I was invited by a journalist to go to his office. I went there and he was asking me so many questions. Then I said, then there was someone, a new person sitting around the table. I said, by the way, I didn't really, I don't know your name and we haven't got introduced. Can I say hello to you? I shook his hand and that's it. He also stood up and shook my hand and sat back again, mentioning his name. Then I told this journalist, can you get me paper and pen? And then he got his stationery there. And then I said, please, give me just a minute. I drew something like this, covering like this. And they were also a bit turning their faces away and continued their conversation. And then I folded the paper and then I said, can you really please come over here, I said. And I gave him this paper. Can you check what is written? He said, it's the poem and the lines. I said, compare with your hand. He compared, oh my God, exactly as though you have given a print on that paper. He was quite shocked. And I went even one step ahead. That's not enough. Then I told one person, okay, you write a number. Another person, you also write a number. And then now 1, 2, 3, 4, I became interfaced with them. Okay, now you write, I said, both of you together, separately. Exchange your papers. They were, oh my God, both wrote 13. Exactly. not just in one area, in one location. I did this multiple locations, traveling the world even. And then why I stopped conducting such experiments, demonstrations, because people take you like you are from Mars planet or something, and then I would be isolated, separated from the rest of the world, and then I used to demonstrate so many things like this. My purpose of demonstration was not to show that I have some extra talent, but to send out a message, look, you can do it. You have that potential. You are also equally blessed as I am. You are also nursed and embraced by nature, Mother Nature. So we are all gifted with resources, equipment when we landed on this planet, and it's up to us how much we explore and how we utilize our resources. So now, getting back to this point now, when we pursue with consistency, we will see manifestation of light. It's achieving that task more effectively and brightly. So, like we talked about consistency. What is happening with us now? We are breathing. You are not breathing intentionally, but you are breathing. Oh my God, then you join in. As soon as you become aware of breath, what happens? Breath becomes deeper, naturally. Correct? You can test. Never test. You can test. Yes. So breathing becomes deeper instantly. So you can see the effect. As soon as you become consciously aware of something, and that starts connecting that area, and really the connectivity becomes vibrant instantly. So also, when you touch maybe your chest, for example, becoming involved consciously and see what it is like, then become involved even with your mind and emotionally and holistically, and see what it is really, what happens with when I offer touch to this area, chest area, what really goes on there. Then you realize, oh, I wasn't the mind, I was the heart. Mind became transformed into heart consciousness, heartfulness, heart mind, like hearty mind. Not intellectual mind, rational mind, hearty mind, emotional mind, or you may call it further, if you go deeper, then intuitive mind or intuitive consciousness. So the effect of consciousness is, well, fortunately we have been given the will to focus when we want to, extend our consciousness and see that effect. So it's only not understanding but experiencing and registering in our system. Oh, this happens. This is how to build up. Gaining confidence. Confidence comes with experience. Not only just experience, also we have to acknowledge that experience. If you don't, then it's gone again. You have to take pauses, time and again. Okay, one chapter is over. What is that? What is that? My experience. What is the spirit of essence? What do I receive? What do I take it from here to carry forward? Definitely, there is something in every act. Take the essence, and intuitively you would know this. What at least if you don't know, acknowledge the situation. Acknowledge what happens. Express your gratitude for having happened. That's enough. It will take care of everything. You don't have to work analytically. Such as like, thank you very much. That's why the reason we, even today we have retained that thank you. Even robots say thank you these days. And although they won't feel anything, but still they say to please you. I don't know how robots communicate, what happens when the two robots communicate. Thank you each other. What do they mean? Is it that's okay. Now we are here. The brilliant part of it is become more involved, then you see something glowing happens. And why do we have to do meditation? Meditation is a systematic approach towards not only understanding our inner consciousness, but also to embrace with full love, happiness, joy. Oh my God, I've been gifted with such amazing facility and faculty. Oh, I didn't know hitherto. In future, I want to take this forward. That can alter even biochemistry in your body, can do great things. That's what really introduced in Arka Dhyana, or in bracket intuitive meditation, based upon fundamentally three elements: sense of touch, sense of our own sound energy, and becoming consciously aware of these three elements, identifying the certain yours presence in certain locations in the body, which is 19 in number, and then you see how you are training your mind to work in different areas in different ways. Then when you need your mind, it will be there. It's there for you. It's there for you. So now let's get back to our original thought, how we started off today. Understanding mainly fundamental elements like time, space, consciousness, energy, matter. Shall we repeat? Understanding time, space, consciousness, energy, matter. You have almost covered the entire universe. You have almost covered the entire universe now. Everything gets in here. So anything you think about, that can be categorized here. So, in order to understand one thing, we have to know the other. Otherwise, you cannot understand. When you say happiness, if only one word exists in the entire vocabulary, happiness, no misery. Misery now we are saying, but imagine that doesn't even exist. Once you know, you cannot imagine the non-existence of that anyway. It's like saying, don't think of monkey. So interestingly, now we have to be very discrete, means focused. One thing leads to the other. Because of the other, we have this. Without opposites, we can never understand anything. Well, fortunately, we got opposites. We are trying to make only unipolar, only single thing. That won't work. So, meanings are derived out of opposites, out of the words behind and after, following words, then you derive meaning out of that. So, that's really interesting. So, now we are now, we started off with this, how to prepare ourselves, and preparing ourselves and becoming consistent, and to know how to manage time. So in order to understand how to manage time, we have to understand space. To understand space, you need to know your inner mind, nature of your mind, not the nature of others' mind, general nature of others, everybody's mind, mind of society, mind of a community, mind of the world, one certain nation. Not so. Your individual nature is uniquely different than the rest of the world. seriously, beginning from your palm print to your DNA profile to your nature of your mind. If you become realized of this, in the truest sense, not only understanding, again let's repeat that, also experiencing. Not everything to be understood in the world. There are few things can be understood. The remaining part needs to be experienced. Shall we say that together maybe? Not everything to be understood. Not everything to be understood. Only a few things can be understood. The rest is left to experiencing or experience. The rest is left to be experienced. That becomes whole understanding. Experience is also in a way understanding, but you may not be able to articulate, but you experience, you know. That's the reason in your conversation with your close friends, children, family, when guests come, they wonder, what are you talking about each other? I know what he means. I know what he means. I know what she means. Oh, no, you haven't even said anything. I know what he means. I know what he wants. With such precision, you say, I know. How do you know? That's internal awareness. You would know. Not always through words, but through experience. Okay. Now let's now draw some valuable tips and our understandings. We can take those things home and try to keep them somewhere in a box and open the box. Then you would know, oh my God, this is what I heard. And your friends come who have not attended this seminar, they will go, Mom, Dad, or maybe brother, sister, why are you opening the box? And there's nothing there, and you're really so happy when you see the box. It's an empty box. It doesn't make any sense. Of course, it doesn't make any sense, and it will not make sense to you because you were not there in the picture. So it makes sense to me because I brought in something from that day, Yogi Arka's seminar, and then I really simply opened the empty box and just pretended to be putting something inside, and I locked it quickly. Whenever you open, aroma of experience wakes up. These are simply some tips, some gestures, how you operate your mind. Sometimes, people give me multiple tasks. I say, okay, in Canada it happened years ago. I was attending people, talk, so many activities were around me, and seeing individuals. And some person came and said, Yogi Arka, take the phone number. I said that at that time there wasn't much a mobile phone around with circle being around. And then I said, okay, tell me now. I just did like this. Tell me the number. And that person laughed. You are really joking, even in the here, in this situation. I said, no, it's done. Don't worry. Then later on, when people left, then she comes, now can you take the number? They want you to call them. I said, I don't have to write. I said, then tell me the number then. I couldn't say the number. What I did like this in space. And then, so what? I said, tell me one thing. Where did I write the number? And he said, there inside the hall. Okay, come, please show me where exactly. That here in this corner, and you just pretended to be writing. I said, okay. Then I said, can you see anything? John, so humorous that person with me. I said, tell me now, do you want me to read from left to right or right to left? I read it. Long numbers. Even today I can show you. People are always, maybe there are some in the audience, they have seen me, maybe just 25, 30, 35 numbers. I just ask them to say, and then I reproduce. Why? Not by remembering them. You cannot. It's a burden to your brain. Just experience. Experiencing. Then your mind becomes really experience with love, with kindness, goodness, and that really mind becomes dilated, opened up. A consciousness expands. You're deeply relaxed. Take a deep breath. Enjoy the breath. See. Now you see effect of relaxation. Not because only oxygen and the mind. You go to go running. The breath becomes deeper. That doesn't mean you're relaxed, isn't it? Relaxation comes with when you segregate yourself from the body. I am different than the body. Oh my God, that's incredible. That understanding, experience, subjective reality, embracing subjective reality, subjective truth. You alone know. You become empowered, strengthened because you understood. You self-realized now. Wow, amazing, incredible. When you took deep breath, now what happened? You reassured. Wow, I can also be breath. Not breath separately entering into the body, your nostrils. Like also, you can be the part of breath. And you experience drawing in breath consciously and simply allowing the breath to work on its own. You see the differences. And where is the null point, the point? When you throw a stone up into the air, it goes, somewhere it has to, there's a resting point for nanosecond, correct? It can't just, because even to reverse instantly it's not possible. Because there is no force, you run out of energy. Energy was spent, energy that's transferred to a stone by throwing, it went so far, it goes up, resting point. So also, when you breathe in, there's a resting point somewhere. The gap between the breathing out and the breathing in, and that's prana. That's where you become energized. Anyway, now, so the more you become self-realized, become enlightened that you are more than your body, you are more than, shall we say like a quote, we are more than we think, we are more than we think, we are more than we can imagine, we are more than our bodies. When we come to know this metaphysical truth, spiritual truth, when we come to know this truth, when you come to know this truth or fact, then we feel relaxed. We feel relaxed. One dentist in London some years ago, lady dentist in central London, someone who booked the appointment is also here today. And then she wanted to do the deep cleaning. And she said, can I give anesthesia to you because I have to locally anesthetize for me to really dig deep. I said, maybe you just try, later on we'll see. And at that time she used a more physical material to scaling the instrument only. And then I said, okay, raise your hand whenever you feel uncomfortable. Obviously all dentists say, correct? Raise your hand or then raise some flag or some national flag. So then I didn't raise my hand. Are you okay? I said, I'm okay. You don't feel like having the anesthesia because nerves really can cause severe pain. I said, no, you can go ahead. I said, and then She became used to it and became confident. Okay, go full all out. And then in the end, when I was about to leave, she says, "You are a brave man." How did you do that? I said, I shifted my conscious presence from this area to my feet. Which I teach in a meditation method. Not everyone should do it. Just even understanding this fact, it is the possibility of it itself gives you strength and some relief, isn't it? That can be shifted. That's what I really am trained and request our students to experience their presence in different portions of the body, different locations in the body. So it is not that you have to achieve everything, but even if you see someone who has achieved, it's inspiration to you. It may not apply to you, but this can happen. This is possible. You walk into some hospital where there are so many cancer patients, they are almost terminally ill, and so one person walks inside another person and saying that, "I suffered from cancer, now I am relieved, I am cured." All the people, do they feel upset? Why have you been cured? Do they get upset? Do they? Do they? I think the way you are all silent, maybe they get upset. Why you got cured? I think so. Let me go outside and put that into my box as well. What I empty box. What I experienced. What do you think, Pranesh?
They're inspired.
Become happy or not? Happy. He got cured. And doctor also stands next to the person. Imagine. And this person got cured. We have all the documents to establish this person did have cancer. Now zero, nothing at all. It's fully cured. Now you can live your life. All of them become very excited. And then another news from another doctor. You guys, in your case, he is not cured, remember. He is not cured yet. But still they are happy. At least this is possible. Inspiration. Maybe we will be cured or may not be, at least this is possible, good news. So that's called inspiration. Adding meaning to your hope, adding power to your hope, isn't it? Strength to your hope. So never lose hope. Someone was extremely sick seriously in Mysore just a couple of years ago. And that person was really in intensive care, something was really wrong, and surrounded by so many doctors and surgeons, so forth. I was outside the hospital. They asked me to go and see him, at least for a moment. I said, no, I will be outside and let that have whatever they are doing, it's okay. Then alone, I sent everyone inside. I was alone, just walking back and forth and watching the sun, like simply, like I was in my into my consciousness. And then one lady came outside, he is not going to survive, he is not going to survive. And that person has medical background. I said that, how can you say that? Is he breathing? Yes. Still there is life. You cannot say that. Don't say like that. You don't lose hope ever until the last moment. You never know. And I said that, okay, only you can say this. And then, just within even maybe 1 minute or so, some people came running out of the hospital building. Yes, now he is feeling better, and doctors have really, left him with only just mainly attendants, and now it's back. So always pursue, chase, and go. And don't make any prejudgment, don't carry any assumptions, because just focus on your work, on your thought. Thought is also work. Thought, no, that person can still get better, can survive, let's do our best and keep doing. Isn't that in itself is fulfillment? Isn't it fulfillment? Anyway, so now go with the keywords: time, space, energy, matter, consciousness. To know one thing, we should know the other. And so if you want to know the time management, we have to know, understand and experience our mind, nature of our mind. How do you understand? You go into some deeper contemplation, which you may call it meditation or something, like simply. What are you doing? You have internalized your mind more, not thinking about material objects now. You are going to the root of your thinking, root of your thinking, meaning yourself. Oh my God, let me just go beneath my mind, beneath, isn't it, the known area, then go. You are already relaxed. When you withdraw your mind, occupied in the world, already you are getting relaxed, just simply. What do you want? Nothing. Do you want something? Nothing. Then why are you sitting? Nothing. What are you doing? Nothing. What are you thinking? Nothing. That alone will give you some peace and relaxation. You just for experimental sake, say this now. No? I'll give you one mantra. When you're deeply upset, disappointed, frustrated, angry, say this mantra. English mantra. Mantra usually comes from Sanskrit language, Sanskrit mantra, but it's English mantra. Om. I don't want anything, Namaha. That's it. Already you are totally got just deeply relaxed. Thank you very much. We'll say one more. Saru Govam Saru Govam. Try to be here more than here. Here we need to communicate with the world, we need to be here. But when you want to, for yourself, you don't need to be here. For yourself. It's home. You need to get back to your home. Leave office, leave balcony and go back here. Just by touching, not by thinking I want to be in the heart. Then you're still thinking and staying there and you want to be in the heart. And to drop that thinking, offer your conscious touch here for a second and take one deep breath, and when you generate some humming sound, at home you can practice at home, and this you feel your much of your presence here, and that's what you are. That gives you some relaxation and peace and some sense of unity and rediscovering your deeper presence. Thank you very much. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you, Mackenzie, for coming here as a as main guest here. And good. I was in Canada yesterday, and now I'm here with you. And thank you very much. Really.